सच सच बताओ, धुरंधर का नाम देख के ही वीडियो पे क्लिक किया ना? Why wouldn't you? This film, or I should say these films, are bound to keep you hooked. I'm sure that like me, you are all watching anything and everything that is related to Dhurandhar. Dhurandhar craze is everywhere and all for good reason. This isn't just a normal film. It's much more. It's a mega blockbuster that India hasn't seen in a while. It's a Bollywood success that also India hasn't seen in a while. Some may say that people are too obsessed. I will say that the craze is completely justified. There's just too many reasons why people are going crazy over this film. The first part dropped more than 3 months ago, and the second part has just released. But Dhurandar's craze isn't just because the first film ended cliffhanger. Come, let's try to figure out why Dhurandar has captured the audience and thoughts and why you just can't stop talking about it. Look, the biggest reason is honestly pretty straightforward. The current political climate between India and Pakistan. And that's layered on top of the fact that the last few films that tried to do the whole Pakistan bashing angle just didn't land. The facts were murky and the action sequences absolutely painful to watch. Now, post the Pahalgam attack and everything that unfolded after, India and Pakistan are at a serious low. Not that relations were ever great, but this time it feels different. This is a full-blown, no-holds-barred situation. India is refusing to engage with Pakistan on sports field. There's zero dialogue happening. Pakistan is being called out as a terrorist state on international platforms. Things are escalating, not settling, and honestly, rightfully so. Now let me be straight with you here. Indians love action, full stop. Walk into any Bollywood film, romance, drama, doesn't matter. There's at least one fight scene in there. It's almost like an unwritten rule. And yes, we've all laughed at those gravity-defying, physics-breaking sequences in masala films. That's because part of the charm. But here's the thing, people still show up. Sholay is still a cult classic. So clearly the appetite for action is very much alive, which is exactly why Dhurandar hits differently. The action here doesn't just feel real. It represents a new benchmark that makes a lot of recent films look lazy and frankly embarrassing. The violence is raw, it's not for everyone, but when it's done right, it creates a reaction. And Dhurandar absolutely does that. But liking Dhurandar craze just for its action-packed script will be inaccurate. Aditya Dhar didn't just make a good action movie. Dhurandar is way more than just that. It has layers, it has serious events, and it has historical events that add a very heavy character to this movie. Real-life attacks like the 26/11 Mumbai attack, the 99 plane hijack, and the 2001 Parliament attack have been used to set a timeline that weaved into the storyline for relevance. For many moviegoers, this is where it becomes personal. There have been a lot of talks about India's passive stance against terrorism and the failure of intelligence departments in stopping these attacks. This film kind of shows how working in intelligence departments and monitoring India's security can be complicated and sensitive in nature. Aditya Dhar gives us that glimpse into the working of a very sensitive department, along with the personal emotional turmoil that people go through when they fail to secure Indian citizens. Another great angle of the movie lies in its location. There haven't been a lot of spy films in India that had their location in a different country. We see a lot of movies on our armed forces and even on major historical events, but most of them are located in India. Dhurandar differs from them because the film is mostly set in Pakistan. It gives us a rare glimpse of what it is like to infiltrate into enemy territory. Another major aspect of the film is its depiction of how the terrorist network works. Their lifestyle, way of thinking, and plan of action is something we haven't really seen from the other perspective. Although it's difficult to say if the thought process is accurate with the real world, we do get an example of how terrorist networks think and operate. This is because a major infiltration into the Pakistan soil becomes such an interesting subject for moviegoers. The details in the film did make it pretty long and dense with information, but the reviews from the public clearly shows that the audience doesn't mind sitting through a long film if the script and direction are on point. Speaking of direction, it would be a grave sin to not talk about Aditya Dhar's direction of the film and the quality of script he worked with. Great direction with a weak script leads to a bad film. Great script with poor direction also leads to a bad film. Aditya Dhar left no room for trouble. He concentrated on both the script and the direction, and the end result was nothing short of phenomenal. I think everyone will agree with me when I say that Aditya Dhar exceeded expectations and gave us a film that people will talk about decades from now. Each and every scene has been shot with precision, and the details are set in such a way that none of the parts seem boring or pointless. The emotional scenes also are talked about enough and just go on to show that priority was given to each and every element of the film. Like I said, Dhar made sure that the film made headlines. The twists, of course, are another element that helped make the film a blockbuster. It shows that Game of Thrones, Sacred Games, and others are any example audiences love watching twists. The surprise elements in the film was plenty, and it is part of the reason people stayed hooked to the movie and didn't mind sitting for 3.5 hours of film. The suspense sections were so carefully and strategically placed that it's sheer joy to watch the film over and over again. The banger soundtrack and the music album just added to the overall aesthetic of the film and kept people excited even before the film was released. When the audience starts to look forward to a film after listening to their amazing music album, and when the film exceeds their expectations after they have watched it, you know that you have a blockbuster on your hands. Since we have already talked so much about the film and its direction, I think it's time we talk about the amazing performances of the actors. भाई क्या acting है! Ranveer Singh as Hamza is an exceptional casting by Aditya Dhar. After watching both the films, I can say for sure that I don't think any other actor would be more suitable for the role. Ranveer truly outdid himself and made the film what it is. No wonder the audience has gotten so invested in his character. Ranveer isn't just the only one who also delivered an outstanding performance of the film. You already know who I'm talking about. Akshaye Khanna. The man's aura in the film is just mind-blowing. I really don't think I need to say more. The man literally resurrected himself after an insanely long break to give us the character of Rahman Daket, and boy did he deliver. I mean, people are actually sad that we no longer get to see him in Dhurandar 2. It's not a spoiler, it's already out. Can you imagine how well acted that the audience started to miss a villain? Yes, that's just how much his acting impacted the audience. R. Madhavan, Arjun Rampal, Sanjay Dutt are also smashed their roles and impressed everyone with their performances. So it's not a lie to say that the performances of the cast was one of the reasons about Dhurandar. I think that pretty much wraps up most of the reasons why Dhurandar has been most talked about film in recent time. Excellent script, amazing direction, insanely good crew, and of course the thoughtful concept are all the reasons why people just can't stop obsessing over the film. और बस यही रीजंस है कि धुरंधर सिर्फ एक शो नहीं, एक फुल ऑन ऑब्सेशन बन चुका है, और जो क्रेज है ये रुकने का नाम नहीं लेता है. अब देखना ये है, ये मैडनेस यही रुकेगा या और भी नेक्स्ट लेवल पर एक्सप्लोर करेगा. स्टे ट्यून्ड, क्योंकि धुरंधर का असली गेम अभी शुरू होने वाला है. लाइक दिस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो इफ यू रियली लाइक इट, प्रोवाइड योर कमेंट्स इन द सेक्शन बिलो, एंड शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल. थैंक यू.